Welcome.
Damn it.
Dang it.
To Scaredycast.
That'll work.
Yeah. Yeah.
That should be our intro
Look
every
at our
time.
little
Maybe.
What if like I said
tree
welcome?
Tree
A trio.
A trio.
A trumpet. A trumpet. A little bit of Kelsey, here we go. A little bit of Brian on the nose.
Nice.
A little bit of
On the
Tony
nose?
talking ghosts. I don't know.
I like that. That was good. Hey, Mambo number
A little
5.
bit of you is
Scary.
We're really fucking up the mambo, the scaredy mambo.
Scaredy number 5.
Scaredy number 5.
Scaredy number 5.
Hey, let's talk about creeps.
Oh, we're jumping right in.
Jump in.
No pre-show banter this time,
We have too much
peeps.
stuff to talk about,
We
man.
got so much scaredy, you're going to piss yourself by the end of this episode.
Oh, my God.
So much scaredy in this episode, you're going to have to find a change of underwear by the time it's over.
Wherever you
because
are.
You're just going to be,
I'm sorry, but you're about to be covered in piss.
yeah, sorry. So much scary shit's coming your way.
You know what we didn't even address?
What?
We talked about making special Scaredycast thongs last time we were
Yeah,
here
did
out of
we?
Brian's hair. And guess who shows up with a haircut?
Did you make dongs?
Dong, dong. We've been singing the wrong
What?
song. We need to sing the thong song. He doesn't even remember talking about that.
No, not even a
Doesn't
little
remember,
bit.
not even a little bit. I knew it.
I'm going to take a sip of my Fiji water while Kelsey kicks off
All
the
right.
creep of the week.
Are we
So-
sponsored by Fiji?
Fiji, what up?
We better be.
Creep of the Week, sponsored by Fiji Water.
I wish.
In the future.
Yeah, right.
Well, can you take any wild guesses about where this creep is from?
Me. Mount Everest.
Sure. It's the Mount Everest of. That's not really. It's the opposite of Mount Everest in,
They live
the
in the
United
pits,
States.
the mines of Moria.
The mines of Moria.
Do you know what that's from?
Lord of the Rings?
Lord of the Rings.
Florida of the Rings. Of course, he's from Florida. But not only is he from Florida,
Florida of the Rings.
he's from Lady Lake.
Oh,
that sounds like a
Lady
nice
Lake.
lake.
Lady
Yes.
of the Lake.
And if you can also take another wild guess, he was arrested for indecent exposure
Yeah, well,
and exposing his genitalia.
To be fair, if I go to the Lady Lake, I'm going to expect to see some ladies.
I feel like, you know, you have to take a test to become a citizen of the United States. I feel like in order to become a true Floridian, you have to get arrested at least once for exposure.
You have to expose yourself
Yeah.
to, absolutely.
Not get arrested, but you at least have to like be completely naked in some inappropriate place.
I
would
just
assume,
picture
like,
a cop
Yeah, I
running
mean,
up and
I
be
think
like,
Yeah.
hey, man, put on some pants and like sticking the ticket to his dick.
I would think it's opposite, where he's like, hey, you're not naked. You know what we do around here? We walk around naked. That's what Florida does.
Wait, the cop? I'm so confused.
yeah, the cops are getting naked in Florida.
Everyone's getting naked in Florida.
Dang,
Everyone's
everybody.
getting, in order to live there, you have to be naked once. You have to be arrested for it. You have to resist arrest. And that's exactly what this man did. So he's walking around his RV lot, you know, just out in public, walking the streets of his RV
I'm picturing
recreational center.
it. Yeah.
And so then police start getting reports of this. And, you know, obviously they're like, okay, where's this man? Where does he live?
Was he walking around naked?
He was walking around completely
Oh
naked.
my God, now that's creepy.
They find his RV and they knock on the door. He answers. Braun is his last name. He answers. This time he's wearing something, but he's wearing a shirt, but like his pee-pee and his balls are coming out of like the neck of the shirt.
Does his shirt say party naked?
Who knows what it says
The
because
neck of his shirt?
yeah, he like I think he was just kind of
He
like
put 'em on like pants?
sarong in it. Maybe I don't
Sarong? What is
sarong
this?
in it, like where he just like put it
is
on like this, like
sarong?
tied it in the back. You know what a sarong is?
No, I've never heard of that.
Like where it's like one of those like Hawaiian things that you like put on that's like a flowy little material. You guys know what it is. You've seen it. You've definitely seen women
Okay.
wear it, like
So
at the
it's a-
pool and
it's
stuff.
like a skirt.
It's kind of like a skirt tie thing that
It's
you
a
can
skirt thong, a sarong.
do. Sure, but it's covers a lot more. So like his goods are hanging out. And then the police are like, yeah, like, you know, you're getting in trouble for this. You are absolutely the
that.
man that was walking around naked.
Yeah.
And this way you resist arrest. And then so they got to wrestle this like half naked man with his things like flopping all out of his shirt.
Oy, oy, oy.
I just like, what would you guys do? I don't even know if I'd be like, if I just saw like a naked man walking around, I'd just be like, you know what?
Yeah, I'm not calling the
Just
police.
let him, yeah.
I'm just,
Especially if you know who he is. You're like, oh, that's just Richard. Down
But
the
you
street.
got to think though too. I mean, if we're talking about this is like 4th of July weekend, we got a bunch of families and campers all out by Lady Lake or Lake Lady, whatever. And then you see some dude walk around with his balls, and I'm like, hey, what the? You got kids here? What the hell are you doing? Get out of here, freak! Like I'm gonna start some shit. I'm gonna go to full dad mode.
Really?
Yeah, because I don't trust people when they're wearing pants. But I definitely don't trust some creeper walking around an RV where there's a bunch of freaking, campers and kids, and he's just
You don't know there's kids there.
hanging out.
Could have been just an old person park.
I'm not okay
Also,
with that.
Okay, and like when he was being arrested, he also said that like he's like, there's nude beaches in Florida. I can walk around naked in my neighborhood. He's got a point.
Why doesn't he just move to a nudist colony?
Yeah, then just go. Don't go to.
Not everyone can afford to move.
I could go to a
It's a
Safeway.
nudist colony.
It's,
be
it's
like-
probably expensive.
You think so?
Yeah, those people are fucking weird rich
I have
weirdos.
one up by my house.
Yeah, well, you should go there, walk
Should
around
I
naked, and get a
Go
sugar
find
mama.
out like some info about it. Maybe we could. Oh, what if we did like a little
like a little-
scaredy quest? But it's like
We can
Not
put it on
scary,
YouTube.
it's-
We'll just censor everything.
Yeah.
But we'll just go up and interview people and be
You
like,
know
what's up?
what?
How long you been here?
I don't know.
Zeke
How
is
long's your
working. Zeke is working on getting a partnership with a certain pasty company.
Whoa.
So this could be our plea to them. Be like, we have an
Hey,
idea.
man.
It's gonna go viral.
I think pasties are banned at nudist colonies.
Well, I'm not going naked.
It's a
They-
nudist colony. You
They
gotta.
can- no, I'm gonna do like the. I'm gonna
a
do,
sarong.
I'm gonna do like nude stuff like they do in movies where
flesh
it's like
colored.
flesh color.
Ugh, that makes that's worse. I don't like.
gonna draw-
skin colored things are weird.
Yeah, I'll draw abs on my belly with a
Yeah.
marker.
This would be prime time for Tummy Man.
Hey, easy. All right.
It's exclusive.
Oh, I can't wear pasties, but Tummy Man can't come out. Get the fuck out of here.
Come on.
Okay.
We can't afford Tummy Man.
Yeah.
Anyways, he got arrested and he was held on a $2,000 bail.
Oh, pff.
$2,000? That's ridiculous.
Yeah,
I would
man,
just say just
just-
put some real pants on, sir, and don't do that again.
Now, I will say that. I'm not out here to
Why
like.
are you out there trying to
be
arrest
like,
him?
now you're a sex offender, and now I want to like.
No,
but like,
just walk
dude,
around.
come on, man.
And he was really old. He was like 73. He probably didn't even know where the fuck he was.
It's Florida too. The heat, the humidity, everything's just cooking your brain.
I don't know, man.
Honestly, you're brave walking around or doing anything nude in Florida because those mosquitoes eat you through your clothes. They are awful out there.
Let me put it this way: if I'm driving by downtown, because I do every day for work, right? And I see if I see someone walking around with a shirt, balls and dick hanging out, I'm gonna laugh my ass off, and I'm gonna go to work, and I'm gonna tell everybody at
Yeah,
work,
it's
and
a great
and I'm
story.
gonna laugh.
Yeah.
If I'm at an RV camp and there's a bunch of other freaking people at this lake and there's a man walking around in the camp, like if I see him off in the woods, I might be like, yo, that's weird. But like if he's walking by people, I'm like, dude, whoa, what are you doing? I'm at least gonna get him and be like, hey man, you gotta put pants on. Or you gotta go into your
I'll be like, are you okay?
camper. Yeah,
You lost?
because you're a nice person.
And he'd be like,
but that's
"Oh."
why you're gonna be the first to die in a horror movie.
Well, no, actually, I wouldn't. Speaking of, last night or
Oh,
two
God.
nights ago, my cousin and I met up with my little sister and her boyfriend to go to dinner. It was like, because my little sister was out of town for our birthdays. So it was just like, and my cousin was craving a steak. So we went to Texas Roadhouse. Shelby and I pull up, and like I'd seen this guy like on the sidewalk, like right outside of our house. And I was like, oh, whatever. He had like a motorcycle on the side of his thing. I was like, oh, like maybe he's having troubles or whatever. She backs in, or like, no, I was driving. So it's like I pull in, and then like I open the door and I just see him like behind our car.
Ew. Standing?
Yeah, and I was like, yeah, and he's like, hey, and I was like, hey, like what's going on? And he's like, I'm so sorry. Like, do you guys happen to have like a gas can or like whatever? And I'm like, no, like we don't. Like, I'm sorry. I'm like, there might be someone in here that like has like more car experience than we do or whatever. I'm like, but regardless, I'm like, there's like a Circle K that's like, it's not super close, but it's like 2 blocks away. And he's like, okay. I'm like, do you want me to call someone for you or like whatever? Because I'm like, I'm not driving. Like, I'm sorry. And I felt really bad all night, but I'm like, I'm not driving this guy that we don't like.
No.
It's 2 young, like youngish girls by ourselves living there and stuff like that. And then Shelby too was like, it's easy to like push like a motorcycle, like if you need to, like, you know, it's on flat. Like if he just stayed on
Like
the
walk
motorcycle,
it. If
yeah,
it's
like
only
he
2
could
blocks. It's
walk
not 2
it.
miles. It's 2
Yeah,
blocks.
I
Like,
know. And she's like, the only problem would be like, she's like, I almost like offered to like drive him in the back of my truck in like the like thing. She's like, but what if we
in,
get there
like,
and
the
then they
actual
don't
bed of
have
the truck?
Yeah, she's like, but what if they don't have like a can and then it's like this turns into this whole thing or whatever. So I felt really bad, but also it was like a little scary at first because I was like, I'm like, I can go get you some water. So I got him like a cup of water and like a Gatorade. I was like, that's as much as I can do for you. Sorry.
See, even that though, that's a lot. That's a lot more than most people. Most people be like, nope, sorry, can't do anything for you. You know,
it's just scary when it's like right outside your
It
house.
is. Well, and
it's
it
like
doesn't
just two
help.
girls.
It doesn't help that, and like we live in a society. We live in a world where, like, you can't go out with your sister and not be afraid of men. Like, it just is the way it is.
I'm afraid right now.
Oh, shit.
I'm just kidding.
Whoa. No, trust, we're not men. We're
far from it.
No, but I see what you're saying. Like if you see a naked man like walking around your neighborhood, you're gonna be like, what the fuck is going on?
like
But
I
also, you don't
said-
want to engage with that because like they could be
No.
nuts.
Absolutely. Oh,
Fire up the goddamn ghost news. Hit it, mangy bones.
I like that.
Who's got ghost news?
You.
Did you guys know in Costa Rica, at a hospital
Where's Costa Rica?
far, an ambulance was sitting out there parked, and the siren started going off, and the
hey,
lights all by itself.
Okay.
So the hospital workers, they go outside. They're like, "What's going on out here? Why is this ambulance turned on? That's weird. There's nobody here. Let me turn everything off. Let me go look at the security camera, see what went on." Fire up the security camera, and they see the ambulance. The video's online. You can find it. Just do a little searching. Ambulance is parked. Lights go on. A siren goes off. And then you see a shadow move away from the ambulance and
Oh, what a prankster!
leave. A ghost.
Prankster.
A ghost prankster. Impractical
gangster.
ghosters.
Oh my God.
So yeah, that's what happened at a hospital in Costa Rica. Ghost turned on the ambulance lights and ran away.
What a dick.
What did it look like? Did it look like? Could you
Just
see it
looked
pretty
like
clearly?
a blurry little shadow walking away.
You saw the video?
Yeah.
Oh, was it actually like pretty crazy?
No.
Because it is one of those things that
It's
you could be like,
basically
well,
it's like a surveillance camera. So you know how like we have HD cameras in our pockets, but surveillance cameras are like 1980s.
VHS.
Yeah. So it's you just see like a grainy little shadow move. So it's just somebody walking away from the ambulance in the dark.
do you think it was? Do you think it was a ghost that died in the ambulance, and they didn't get to him
Or
soon
a
enough?
faulty wiring.
Batteries. Or no, it was somebody who died in that ambulance,
Maybe it
I
was a
think it was.
driver.
and they were leaving. But before they left, they were like, click.
I would. If I was like dead or
Yeah.
undead or whatever the hell ghosts are, I'd be like,
Middle
dude, I'm
dead.
bored.
You're
Middle dead.
ghost.
Yeah. So when I'm ghost, I'm just, I'd probably mess around with stuff too. You ever play, what's that ghost game that's real good?
Ghosts and goblins.
No, no, the one where you hunt ghosts. Phasmophobia.
I've only played that one time, and that was with you.
Do you remember when you die and you look, it's like that kind of like milky, foggy world? Everything looks very strange when you die.
I don't think I died in that game because I just kept running out of the house because I was scared.
You
kept on
can't get
turning on
attacked
the-
if you don't even go in the house. So I guess,
Anytime anything happened in that game, I just ran
I
out.
guess you win.
Do you remember we were playing it though, and like one of my kids like knocked over a pan or something downstairs in my house, and I was like, "Oh,
A thing of pens.
Getting a call from Walgreens.
oh, hey,
prescription's
Walgreens.
ready.
Hey,
My
Walgreens.
prescription's
Walgreens
ready.
is still a thing.
Yeah,
I
I
thought
love
they all
Walgreens.
turned into CVS's.
No,
they're
it's dope
completely
because
separate.
they're like on every corner. So no matter
What
where,
if it was a ghost calling you from Walgreens?
Whoa.
I should have answered.
Your gonorrhea medicine.
Your gonorrhea medicine's Rudy.
Shut up.
The cream for your itchy rash.
I don't have an itchy rash.
Yo, bro, your cream's ready here at Walgreens.
For your scorpion sting on your pee-pee.
Oh, bro. Why? This is the weird ghosts. I guess that's what they're like at Walgreens.
They just don't judge, you know?
Yeah, not mentioning me and the fact that I got stung by a scorpion on my dick, apparently.
Well, if you don't know what we're talking about, then you can become a patron at patreon.com/scaredycast to listen to a recent Monday morning.
It's true.
And you're going to have
It
to
was
find out the
related
details because it actually was
somehow.
crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, probably my script's just ready. That's all. It's just happy pills.
I just don't know what I would do if I like say I was like working somewhere and something crazy happened. I was like, and you have the security footage, and you're just like, what is that?
Mm-hmm.
Like, would your brain just want to try to like? I don't know if my brain would want to try to.
I think you just want. I'll tell you.
Explain it
I'll
away.
give you a true ghost story. Maybe that used to that.
True
happened,
ghost story, maybe.
That happened. Well, maybe it was a ghost. That's what I mean.
Perhaps I will give you a true story. Maybe
it was a ghost. We don't know.
Perhaps.
When I used to work at the Phoenix Suns.
Okay.
So my little office was like on the other side of the building, away from the other offices. I was basically by myself.
I forgot. Like you and Ryan were in that closet.
Yeah.
Yes,
guys doing
I
in the
forgot about
closet?
that.
It was like the archive room. So it was just like a closet full of like old
Boxes and shit.
boxes.
Were you guys
and,
banging in there?
No.
What were you guys doing in the closet?
Making weird social media posts and
Oh, that
He's
was
a-
your office.
no.
It wasn't actually a closet.
Well,
No, it wasn't like
an
a
office turned
it
closet.
was like a storage
Oh,
room.
Yeah.
okay. I just the
Storage
way
room turned closet.
I was just
Or
thinking
turned
you and some
office.
guy named Ryan were in some closet.
It was
in
literally like
Phoenix
full
Suns.
of box scores and like just like
Wow.
random junk.
Okay.
But basically, it was nobody went on that side of the building ever. And I was there by myself for a lot of it. Like sometimes I had somebody in there with me, but for most of the time I was by myself. And sometimes I would leave just to go to the bathroom or something real quick. And the bathroom was like 5 feet away. So if anybody came along, did anything, I would fucking hear them. Because not only am I on the other side of the building, it's dead quiet.
Yeah, no one goes on that side.
Yeah.
It's all
Unless they need
hardwood.
to come
It's
talk
all
to you.
brick and concrete.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can hear everything. It
And I
echoes.
would come back to go into my office and my door would be locked.
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 Okay.
And then sometimes I would be there working and I would hear the door jiggle. Like
What?
the doorknob, like someone tried to come in. And I would immediately turn and open it and nobody would be there.
Oh my god.
And I would poke my head down the hallways and both hallways are long as hell.
No way they could have run.
Because
and
it's in,
hid.
it's
You're
in
like
an arena.
Yeah, so it's circular.
Right.
So it's like a circular hallways. So like the amount of time between the jiggle and me opening it and looking out, there's no way. Even if you sprint away, I'm going to hear your footsteps. I'm going to hear you moving around out there, but nobody would ever be there. So I asked the security people about it who worked there. I was like, the main dude who was always down at the bottom of the escalators. I was like, hey man, weird question. You guys are here at night. You guys here alone sometimes? Is this place haunted? And they're like, yeah.
Super haunted. There's
They
like
were like-
a bunch of ghosts.
They said that the housekeepers would sometimes see people, like somebody moving around in like the suites at night.
Oh, up in the box, the box seats. Oh man.
They told us about the deaths that had happened there.
Like what? People falling?
So yeah, so if you take the stairwells, I don't know what it looks like now because they've completely renovated it. But if you take the stairwells up, at the time I was there was like walls built in between the stairwells. But apparently the walls were built because somebody tried sliding down them one time and fell like all the
Yeah,
way
because
down.
there was like a perfect, like it was like a rectangle
Yeah.
that like you could like look down and you could like see like
Cool,
all
because
the
it
way
was
through.
like it like went around that square
Yeah,
and
yeah.
spiraled. Oh shit!
So I would, someone messed with me. And then there was a time, I think I've talked about it once before, but there was a time where like the housekeeper, she said, she was the lady who went around the building and watered all the plants. And she was like, I was on this side of the building one time and I was watering plants. And I swear I saw a Native American man in full like garb and everything running down the hallway.
Which
And we
makes
were like,
sense
crazy.
because remember, so there across the street, there's like this old building that has like some like Phoenix Suns like signage and stuff on it. It like used to be storage or something, and it's like become dilapidated. And they're like, oh, it's like a classic building or whatever. You can't do it.
Historical
Historic
building.
So they were gonna rebuild it as like a part of like their renovations. They were like gonna do something with it, and I think they found like artifacts
Yeah, they
like
found,
underneath it.
They found like pottery.
Yeah. Yeah. And so they're like,
shit.
well, you guys
There
can't
you
do shit here.
And
like, can't do anything here.
The area where they were doing that construction was literally like facing the side of that arena where she said she saw this happening.
Oh man.
Yeah, dude.
I wouldn't be surprised because this was built so like the Suns Arena was built so long ago.
93.
Yeah, so 93. And Colangelo basically owns downtown Phoenix because he made it what it is because it used to be dead. I wouldn't be surprised if they found something underneath the arena and they were just like,
Whatever.
you didn't see that.
Yep.
Like, yeah, just
Yep.
put it somewhere else.
Dun, dun, dun.
I'm waiting
Bum,
for that
bum,
place to
bum.
just like collapse or something, and then we can really give it a.
It's the ghosts
Yeah.
of the past preventing the Suns from ever winning a championship.
Maybe.
Wah, wah.
Wah, wah. Meep, meep.
That's pretty cool and creepy because you actually like lived that.
I know.
Nothing ever weird happened to you at the Suns like that?
Not the Suns. I mean, when you're there late nights and stuff, like in like any place when it's empty, it feels
And huge.
huge.
There's
like
so
it
much.
feels weird. Like, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? But I don't remember anything ever happening. I've definitely heard rumblings of like ghosts and stuff like that, but I've never personally had anything happen to me.
I don't think I've ever had anything like that happen at work. No paranormal thing in any job I've ever had. But we've had a few stories of people that actually we know that our friend that was doing all the house cleaning in the different parts of the house and was hearing stuff, remember? We did that. I think that was probably a couple months ago. But if you guys have any stories of anything weird that you want us to read and maybe bring up on the show, we'd love to. We love getting listener stories. I feel like those are always much better, more personal.
So we can judge you.
Yes, we love judging. So that's pretty bizarre. But you pretty much said with the ambulance one, anyways. You're like just a shadow, not a big deal.
Yeah, it's just a shadow because it's probably just somebody who turned it on, then they're walking away and they're just in the dark. So you don't see any details. You just see movement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have a story that's actually in cryptid news. If you guys want to go over the cryptid corner.
Cryptids!
Corner.
God,
Kooky!
I hate this. So, Zimbabwe. You know what? I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm just not.
Brian's not in the mood, Tony. He's not in the mood. He cut his hair. He's serious business now.
Cut his hair. He cleaned up his beard.
Serious business.
He is a professional. And I've had way too much sugar.
It's that live wire you were
That
slurping on.
Mountain Dew live wire and those sweet tart ropes.
So in Zimbabwe, they got these security guards stationed in this building over here.
Yeah.
Right? Somewhere, it's like a really big word I'm not going to try and pronounce. That's not the important part. The important part is they're being harassed by female goblins.
Whoa. Goblins?
These guys would always go in pairs, right? So they would always patrol in pairs. But they've been getting literally like harassed and like physically violated by these things in the night that the security guards are only calling female goblins. Now, I'm wondering if this is a situation like the Baja Men back in like 2001 when they made Who Let the Dogs Out? And that was just referring to the women that came into the bar, you remember? You know that song?
Wait, that's what that song's about?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Oh my God.
I know.
like-
Isn't that messed up?
Well, like bitches, like
Like ugly girls. Like, who let the dogs out? Why is there so many ugly girls in this
I
bar?
thought that song was just about like dogs. Like
No, absolutely
running
not.
wow.
Disney and all,
Wow.
yeah, it's the whole part is everybody's jumping, we're all at the bar and having a good time, and then all the who let the dogs out because now we have all these ugly bitches
that's what
coming
he's like,
in.
get back scruffy.
You filthy mongrel, exactly.
Get back scruffy.
Yeah, filthy mongrel. Yeah.
That's what he says, filthy mongrel?
Yeah, that song is terrible. It's
Wow,
actually,
man,
Baja
why?
Man.
So I'm thinking, are they calling them like female goblins? Like, oh, it's just some crazy bitches that are ugly.
Yeah.
And I'm like, So then I was reading through the story going, maybe this ain't nothing. But get this. These guys, their doors on their like security guard station are being messed with every night, right? And you're like, okay, maybe someone's just messing with them. They're trying to lock these things out. Then they start crawling on the roof. And that's when I'm like, okay. See, now, I'm sorry. I don't care how crazed you are. Like, even if you're just some crazy person, whatever, harassing these security guards.
It's like that one episode of Cheers when Carla's in heat and they have to lock her in Sam's office.
Is it? Is it just like Cheers?
she's like scratching at the door and banging. I'm like, ah!
An actual human.
It's a damn comedy sitcom.
The times were crazy back in the 80s.
Times are crazy. It's the 80s,
Yeah,
man.
the 80s, man.
Everyone was on coke and stuff.
Yeah, and
Crazed.
So apparently these things, these guys can't sleep because when they're stuck in the guard station, locked in there, there's these creature people, whatever, on the roof banging and like trying to get in, but they don't break windows or anything like that.
It's just like prostitutes They're like,
wailing.
you paid us last night, or like, you
like,
need to pay us for last night.
Yeah.
There's no video. Is there any video of any of this?
Yeah, or
No,
like
this
any
is
like
like
small
super,
feet,
super
like,
south Zimbabwe.
But I mean, still, like they gotta have cameras and camera phones, and
I don't know.
or like some kind of like, oh, they have like small footprints, or they're like this tall.
Well, what sucks is that the bosses, like whatever, nobody believes them.
I mean,
And
I don't
so
believe them.
they're like, we're literally like, we're not staying here. Like they keep sending guards out being like, you guys are full of shit. And then this stuff keeps happening and they keep losing security guards. So I don't know what's happening. I don't know why. And come on, they're security guards. That's what their job is to look. They know what people look like. Why would they be referring to all of them as female goblins? And then I saw a
But
picture.
why? How would they know they're female?
That's what maybe they got boobies.
They're like,
Oh, little
Maybe they got
you know,
little
some guys
vaginas.
in some remote areas gonna be like,
It's like that
mighty
guy,
good.
like that guy in Gremlins 2 who's in the elevator with like the female gremlin at the end,
Oh no!
and he's just like and
Ew.
slides down the back.
Ew.
It was
Guys
the
are
90s,
so
man. There was
gross.
just like a lot of coke in the 90s when
Fucking Gremlins 2 was crazy as hell. Like,
Is that the one
Jesus.
in the like wedding dress?
Yeah,
And, like the
yeah, it's just
lipstick.
the wedding dress at the
lipstick
end.
and the-
Oh, yeah, Hulk Hogan shows up one point. He's just like, "You listen here, Gremlins. You put the movie back on, brother." Like, just fucking.
wild times.
That movie is nuts.
So, anyways, maybe there's some goblins in Zimbabwe that are harassing the security guards and messing with them and stuff.
Or I think it's a security guard's ex-girlfriend and her friends who are just crazy as hell.
Why wouldn't they start breaking the windows though? If they really wanted to get in,
How are they getting on the roof?
Because it's someone's girlfriend. And they don't want to.
they don't go into the details that much.
They could probably climb up there, like that cow did that one time and killed that man.
But that was just like because it was
'Cause the
built
land
into the
went.
slope of
Well, this
the
could be
house
kinda-
or the hill.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I don't know.
I don't got pictures, but either way, I would be creeped.
There's
the
something fishy with the
We're
story.
gonna keep an eye on this story.
I don't care if it's a human or not. The fact that anything is trying to like get inside
true.
and also like making so much noise, like smacking on the roof
It's
and
probably
stuff.
monkeys. It's probably monkeys. Honestly,
I think they can tell the difference between monkeys and
that's
goblins.
what
it's at night.
saying.
Well, okay, but how do you just go automatic female goblins?
Maybe because
how
that's
would
what
you
they look
describe a
like.
female goblin?
Okay, well, so the last thing I'll say is in this picture there is like that is like a
like a
statue
statue.
that was that they're saying is kind of like that's what they're supposed
This
to.
is like 3 feet or like 3 inches tall.
well, that's what I'm saying. But they're the only correlation they can
Looks
make
like Yoda.
between how these people are describing them is kind of like this spiritual religious thing. I guess it's like folklore. So they're like, yeah, I don't know, those things. And of course, everyone's just like, you guys are nuts, whatever. But then like, what if?
Maybe.
What if you're literally being driven mad from sleep deprivation because these goblins are hunting you?
I think they just need to give them what they want.
What do they want?
Just gotta find out. Open the door.
Oh yeah, is that
Open the door, let
that's
them in.
good? Yeah, you're right. That's
like-
sound advice.
I'd be like the guy in the Wizard of Oz. Be like,
What do you want here?
yeah.
Somebody's just banging on your door trying to get in. You're like, whoa, everything okay? Gotta make sure you guys are good. You guys all right?
It's a female
And
goblin.
they're like, we're just here.
I'll punt it.
Remember how I said you're gonna be the first person to die because you're too nice. You're gonna open the door for the killer, and you're gonna let him in.
Well, I passed the test last night or the 2 nights ago.
You didn't
that
pass the test
with
that
the
one time with
motorcycle
that
guy?
bar and you got in that truck with that strange lady.
I'm gonna
Wow.
strangle you.
you
I'm
bring
gonna
that
hire a
stand-
bunch of Zimbabwe female goblins.
Oh, I wish.
Yeah, see, I know you'd open the
Do you
door.
imagine you see one of them like maybe they stick to your walls like a gecko and they can like climb your second story and they're like at your window.
Are they cute?
Hell no.
Oh, man.
Did you see the statue?
Who let the goblins out?
Get back, goblin.
I can't believe you didn't know that was about
I
ugly
had no
girls.
idea, man.
Yeah, it's fucked up, man. Baja
That's
men.
messed up.
Yeah, Baja Man.
That was a dick
You
move.
should have been the creeps of the week.
Yeah,
That
Baja
won't hold
man.
up now to 2020. No, 2024. Nah, way.
Did they come out and say that?
More like Baja, men.
I mean, I can read the
Men.
lyrics. You guys want me to bring up the lyrics?
No, we're good. I hear you.
We have a
Let's
little
talk about these
time for
movies.
some movies.
Movie time.
I watched a movie. It's a killer shark movie on Netflix called Under Paris. Under Paris.
It's on Netflix.
It's on Netflix.
A shark movie?
Shark movie in Paris.
Under Paris in the catacombs.
Um,
or in the
everybody-
Seine River.
Is that one? Both, actually.
Oh, it's everywhere.
Catacombs. There's sharks in the I gotta hear this.
Man, Twitter's going crazy about this. Everybody's talking about how good it was and stuff. So I turned it on, and I'm bored out of my mind. Boring.
Really?
Tony hates movies that everyone else loves.
Listen,
Yeah, you guys always say I do. that's a me thing.
I've said it before and I said it again. You're not going to ever be better than Jaws. So if you're making a killer shark movie, don't even try
Stop
making it
it.
serious.
Right.
Just
Oh,
if you're
it's like
making-
serious?
It's like it's serious.
Oh, God.
Basically, it's sharks in Paris. And they steal from Jaws, where the Olympics are coming to Paris, and they're going to be swimming in that canal for the Olympics. And the mayor's like, "We're not stopping the Olympics." And they're like, "Well, you better, because there's a giant shark here." So they go and they look, and it's like, "Oh no, there's 2 giant sharks."
Oh.
And then they're like,
Sacre bleu.
and then they go down. They're still investigating. And this is the only shark movie I've ever seen in my life where people try to run away from the sharks.
In the water?
No.
Oh.
So
On
they're in
land.
these catacombs, and this lady, she's in the water because she's like, "No, the shark likes me." Well, shark don't like her. She eats her ass. But then everybody starts panicking and starts running, and it's like,
Why are they in the catacombs?
there's these people, they want to protect the sharks.
Ah.
And there's other people who are like, "We're going to kill the shark." But then this lady, she gets eaten in the water, but then everybody starts running. It's like, you're not in the water. You're fine. Calm down, everybody. But nope, nobody calms down. They all start freaking out, falling in the water. Sharks just jump, 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 jump.
Like having a
Like
good time.
Cookie Monster.
I will say, like, at least like the last 15 minutes of this movie is pretty awesome because obviously the mayor's not listening. So she's like, "Let the people swim in this for the Olympics." And then the shark is just like, nom, 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 nom.
Feeding
Just-
frenzy.
It's like Pac-Man. Just, yeah. And, the ending is a big cliffhanger, surprise. I'm sure there's going to be a sequel because it's very popular on Netflix.
Why? This sounds so bad.
Okay, but think of all
Usually
the
shark-
terrible movies like that.
Well, yeah, but usually
Yeah.
terrible shark movies stay in the category of terrible shark movies, not trending on Netflix.
I mean, listen,
Like,
I'll say
I am
this at least.
surprised.
The way the movie ended, if the way the movie ends and sets up the sequel is the movie I want to see.
Because they're taking the fucking sharks to space, aren't they?
God,
they're
I
pulling
wish.
the Fast and the Furious.
They've already done that with Sharknado. They already went to space.
They're going to be in Venice in the canals. of Venice.
Venice.
I don't really want to spoil. I mean, I guess I could spoil it if
Oh,
you really
please
want.
don't
I think you
spoil
should.
this.
It's not a huge spoil.
Oh, man.
Listen, basically what the humans basically fail at what they're trying to do horribly.
What are they even
Rats.
trying to do?
They're
Kill 'em?
trying to like I
Get 'em to
think
get
they're
out of
trying
the-
to like block off the sharks from getting into the canal area, so they're blowing things up. But then like things go way wrong, and all of Venice gets flooded, and there's literally
So many
thousands of sharks at this point.
How?
They're like a hive mind?
There's some kind of like crazy new shark that self reproduces and grows like within days. It's like a fully grown
like
shark.
it splits?
No, it just has it like babies
like
like on its own. It
Ew.
doesn't like need.
Are they
mates
the
or anything.
size of like full grown great whites? Or are they like extra big?
They're extra
or-
big. Yeah, they're big
so
sharks.
They're stupid
And
big.
there's just thousands of them. So the movie ends with like Paris is now flooded because everybody fucked everything up, and now
it's
there's just
filled.
sharks fucking everywhere. So it's like, yeah, I'm like, yeah, that's the movie I want to see. Like,
Well, then
Goddamn.
the sequel will be better than the first one.
yeah. So
that rarely happens, but maybe. Maybe
it's
it'll be
like,
better.
We're
dude,
sharks.
I mean, like if you like sharks and you just got nothing to do, throw it on. But like, I was kind of bored halfway through.
Why
and
did
then-
everyone on Twitter love it so much then?
Just because
are they
people
saying?
like they haven't watched as many shark movies as me probably, and I've watched a lot of shark movies.
Amateurs.
Well, even like I said,
lot.
unless it's a major movie release like that Piranha was, or something like, I don't expect any shark movies on Netflix ever because they're all bad. So
And
that's why
I
I was like, what, on Netflix? And it's trending? I have to hear this. But that sounds ridiculous.
The worse the shark movie is, the better it is for me too.
Watch,
Is he like eating mimes and stuff? Does he
watch
eat, like, a
Sharks of
mime?
the Corn.
There's no mimes. I want to real bad.
No,
I have it
don't.
up. Yeah, I do.
Don't do it.
No, there's no mimes. It's mainly just eats like the scientists and the police officers, and like there's this one police officer in this movie. He's just like the worst at it. Like it's just that's the problem in the movie too. There was like no. I need somebody. If you're gonna make what I'll talk about, the Meg movies are not good. Okay,
Are they fun?
but at least yeah. but at least it has Jason Statham. So you're like, I have Jason Statham to watch.
So get this shark out of here.
Get the shark. I'm gonna fight it.
Fight the shark.
I'm gonna fuck
And
it.
Under Paris doesn't have any.
And then I'm gonna kill it. And then I'm gonna fuck it again.
Yeah.
I'm Jason Statham.
Boy. Oh, you know what'd be great is if they made a killer. If they took the Meg and crossed it over with Crank.
Oh.
He's gotta fuck it to stay alive. And then Godzilla.
No, the shark has to fuck to stay alive.
Yeah, the
doesn't.
shark is the one that's like constantly has to be doing things to stay alive.
Oh no.
Oh, I've seen this movie before.
Now he's
Anyways.
Australian.
Yeah, it was all right.
How many
Any shark
how many
fins?
sharks?
I'm gonna give it like 2 shark fins out of 5.
That's not.
That's weird
not
that
too
it's
bad.
trending. That's very, very strange. Did you watch any other movies?
I watched Frogman.
Oh, this sounds
Bum, bum.
way better.
Oh my god. Frogman.
You posted like the poster for it, and it looks so weird.
Oh my god.
It looks like the outline is.
You would love Frogman.
I would?
Yes.
Okay.
Because it's what you want. It's
A cryptid movie.
Found footage cryptid movie.
Yes.
And it's like, you know how like some movies like, this is found footage? I don't know. Because sometimes like, this is straight up like VHS camera kind of shit.
Yes.
It's basically about this little boy. He's on a trip with his family. And he's filming things with his home video camera.
Okay.
And they're pulled over to the side of the road. And then you hear like this kind of thing.
Oh.
And his sister's like, what's that? He points the camera over and it's Frogman.
Oh.
Okay. We skip ahead 20 years later. Okay. Nobody believes this kid.
Nah.
Nobody. He has spent his whole life.
Trying to find Frogman.
No, hasn't been looking for him really, because he found him.
He has footage of it.
Nobody believes him. Everybody thinks the footage is fake, like you do.
Kind of like the
But it's
female
like-
goblins in Zimbabwe.
But it's like VHS times.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, well, the movie takes place like 2019. So whenever he saw Frogman when he's a boy, it was 1999. Skip 2019. Nobody's believed him about Frogman. So he's like, you know what? I'm gonna prove it. I'm gonna get my friend. He's gonna record the video. I'm gonna get our other friend. She's like this chick that we kind of had a thing with, but maybe not. We don't know. Okay?
So I want to take her to go get killed by Frogman.
We're gonna go find Frogman.
Hey, you know what? They didn't like my video. They didn't believe me. So I should take another video. Maybe they'll believe me.
Yeah. Oh no, because he's gonna go find like irrefutable proof,
Like a body.
Like he's obsessed.
Gonna
Yes, he's
bring
going
capture.
to. Yes, they're going after Frogman.
Oh, shit.
Got it.
Get it? Okay. I don't want to spoil too much, but I'll tell you this much: I love Frogman. It's only an hour and 20 minutes, so it's real hit. But the first hour of the movie is like character development, kind of bonding, looking for Frogman kind of stuff. You don't really get too much Frogman for like an hour.
Kind of like Horror in the High Desert. It's a slow burn and then
yeah.
it really pays off.
But whoa. Shit hits fan, basically, with these people trying to find Frogman, okay? And I don't want to say too much about it, but wow.
Is he like huge? Is
He's
he like
not huge. He's like 4 or 5 feet tall.
but strong frog?
But he's strong frog. He's frog. So he's got like,
So it's
Jumper
just,
legs.
but it's an actual like physical frog. It looks like
yes.
just a big frog.
It's a huge like Frogman.
Frog man.
It's a Frogman. So it's like
Like a kappa.
bipedal shit.
Ew.
Does he still got like web hands?
Yeah. He's got like the tongue. Yeah.
Oh, like the X-Men. Like
Yeah.
Toad from X-Men.
So I don't want to spoil it. I want everybody to watch it. It's on Screenbox. Just go get Screenbox. If you have Screenbox, it's the cheapest streaming service out there. It's like $5, and it's Frogman. It's worth it.
Frogman.
But I will say, if you want a found footage, crazy cryptid
I do.
movie,
I do.
It's crazy at the end where it's like you're immediately like, I need Frogman 2. And they're going to make Frogman 2.
Yeah,
So
nice.
Frogman 2's on the way.
Oh shit.
And the way the movie ends, you're like, holy shit. Like,
Oh my God.
what's going to happen?
Do they all reproduce thousands of them asexually and take over a sunken France?
Oh, a bunch of tadpoles.
I'll tell you this much. Frogman has a wand.
Like
He's magic?
Like
He's
a
got
Hitachi?
He's got a magic wand.
Oh, not sexual.
Like, kind of that.
a ribbit.
Ribidon, dibidon.
A ribbit
Yes.
cadabra.
There's a cult.
Ribidabra.
There's a Frogman cult.
Of other frogmen or human mix?
A little bit of both.
Disciples, worshipers.
You never know. You'll see. You gotta watch Frogman.
Watch
Frogman.
What's the origin? Like someone just fucked a frog in the middle of a swamp and just.
I don't think they don't really go into the origin.
I bet they don't.
But I bet they will.
Okay, so how many frogs?
5 tadpoles out of 5.
5 tadpoles.
Right. Love Frogman.
Wow.
I'm part of Frogman cult. Ribbit.
Wait, hold on now. But even though the beginning is a little slow and character building, you didn't mind, you still loved it?
Yeah, because the end, like the last 20 minutes of this movie makes up because yeah. It's
Okay.
great. Yeah.
Okay. Nice. Mm-hmm. Hell yeah. Did you watch anything?
I did, but I'm probably going to save it for the next episode.
What?
Ooh,
why?
She's going to save it till the next episode.
To the next episode.
Well, I have a horror movie. So the first movie that I saw, I got a screener for, was the In a Violent Nature.
Oh, I want to see it so bad.
What? We haven't talked about this one
Well,
yet.
we kind of did. But go.
No, only on.
Just real quick.
You guys only did an Instagram thing.
So, In a Violent Nature, I guess, was only in select theaters. It was not a major release. However, this movie, man, wow, I have not seen anything quite like it. It follows basically right behind, physically, it just follows right behind a monster serial killer much akin to Jason Voorhees.
It's literally like if somebody's like, do you want to watch a Friday the 13th? But instead of following these campers around, you following Jason around.
Oh, I love that.
And you're like, oh, hell yeah. But then you're like, well, what is Jason doing when he's not killing anybody?
He's walking around.
Walking around. So
Yeah.
like,
So he's like hiking.
so yeah, basically.
He's going on a hike.
Now there is 3 very significant kills. One is the most by far. One I've never seen before.
What is the most kill?
Ever. Like it's
The most kill.
The
good.
most kill.
It
just get
reminded me
liquefied?
of Terrifier 2, just like, oh, come on, please, no, come on, stop. And then they do it. And then you're like, oh, come on,
They're
stop.
dead.
And then, yeah, exactly. Like you're dead so many times. Like it's so good.
Yeah, you're very dead.
And
I'll
then
just
you
tell
know
you
more
what we'll tell Kelsey what
Paint
it
a
is.
picture.
But
So
Yeah,
this
because
is
I
Okay.
didn't
this is
see
so
it.
this is a little bit of a spoiler on this kill. If you don't want to hear it, skip ahead a couple minutes. Sorry, everybody.
because this is the best kill in the movie.
Basically, this girl's doing yoga. You'll probably see a lot of memes online of the girl, and it'll probably say like me, and then he's way in the background and say Monday. You know, like she's doing yoga. He comes up behind. All right, so
On like a
close your
cliffside.
eyes. Everybody, close your eyes. Paint this picture. She's standing, facing away from him. He comes up behind her with a hook on a chain. Punches through her back out of her stomach with the hook in his fist. Okay. And the chain. Spins her around to face him. Pulls the hook and the chain all the way through. Takes the hook, stabs her in the head with the hook.
Right in the forehead.
Right in the forehead to hook her head. Turns her back around again so she's facing away.
Off the edge of the cliff again.
Starts pulling the chain back through out of her back so her head is being pulled down.
And collapses into itself.
collapsing.
So it went this way and
Like
then boom.
folds her in half.
So yes, so the chain being
So it
pulled,
looks like she's doing yoga.
so she's like being pulled through, her head is being pulled through the
Her
hole
stomach.
in her
Oh.
stomach and out of her. It's like
And like you watch him like wrap the chain around his hand nice and slow and get a good grip.
he does like that grip there where he's like
He puts
like this,
the
it's
boot.
like,
You see him like
that.
put the boot up to her back, and so he can get better leverage. Like it is. And now this is the best way I described this. If you didn't see the Instagram story or a video you did, it is excruciating. This whole movie, the walking, the kills,
There's no music.
it's excruciating.
No music throughout the whole
So
thing.
you just hear like him stomping. It's like crunch.
It's so much wildlife, birds, and crunching
Ooh, that
sounds.
sounds
After this kill is finished, this girl's just like a crumpled heap of meat and bones at this point because he's like folded her over inside of herself. He's just standing there. And she's just dead on the ground. The theater's fucking silent.
like what the fuck?
And
just
this guy goes, "She okay?"
Then he kicks her down the cliff.
And everyone in the theater just has to lose their shit. Because you could feel the theater
Just
was
like,
it was like you could feel everybody in the theater's wanting to laugh and like
it's like
Everybody's jaw was on
just
the floor.
just like uncomfortable.
they're just like, what the fuck? And then that like Brian just released everybody's tension. And then for the rest of the movie, everybody's just like, what the fuck? like the whole time. It was great.
Yeah. Because then after he does that, when I said that, then he kicks her down the cliff and there's a really long, super far out shot that's like super zoomed out. And you see her body just kind of like flailing and just dead flapping. It's disgusting. And it's like, wow, he really, really, really killed her. But that movie basically, it was one of those, if you're in the theater, it was like such a fun experience. Everybody was laughing and like enjoying the movie. And it was really good. The kills were, besides like the most, that was the best kill for sure. But the movie is very slow. But there's little scenes that are so neat and so cool the way he follows the killer so well. It shows him like set up a kill and how he like walks around the cabin to buy the time. And then as he walks around again, like the guy went out and set off the trap. Like it's so weird. You're like, oh, that's cool. You get to see like behind the scenes of a monster serial killer. It was really interesting. And some of the shots are really gorgeous and really unique.
It's like a nature documentary, but instead of lions, you're watching.
And there's
Is he like?
There's no like commentary. It's just quiet.
No one like says anything.
Well, other
like
people,
screaming.
Campers are talking and shit.
Okay.
Like
you'll hear like a radio playing in the woods, and then it's just
like
him walking up to like a campsite, and then you see like the kids around the fire and stuff. So it's like it's very a weird mix of quiet and in focus and out of focus. There's a lot. It's very strange. It's very weirdly shot, but honestly unique and fun to watch movie. It's just there's some very slow parts, lots of walking.
Is he like supernatural like Jason?
Kinda.
Or
Yeah.
he's
Because he gets shot and doesn't die.
Okay.
He just kind of like lays on the ground for a while and like sleeps
gets
or
back
whatever,
up.
and then eventually gets back up. So, it's very campy. Just in that, like, of course, like nothing's explained, but it's fun. If you like slasher movies, it's an interesting take on one. I would say I give it a 3 out of 5. I want to go 4 because I loved some of the scenes in this movie, but overall, it was a little too slow for me. They just took a little too much time, I think, with that. But then the other movie that I will get through briefly was called The Watchers.
I want to see that so bad.
Now, I never did a full review, but I will say this. Whether you like Shyamalan movies or whatever, this one is produced by M. Night, but it's his daughter who actually is making her directorial debut with this movie. It is definitely creepy. It's based off of a book, so I don't know if it stays close to the book or, usually how it goes. The book is way better. So I don't know how much it like actually sticks to it. Regardless, a really cool story, a really creepy setting. I said when I was kind of talking about it on my Instagram thing is like, I had questions like, okay, but what about this? And then they kind of explain it. And then I was like, all right, but what about this? And every time it actually proved me,
that.
I was like, okay. Now there was still some like kind of plot holey, like, I don't know about that. But regardless, it is creepy. Oh my God.
Does it end up being more of like an alien type, like supernatural?
So
like
I can't.
Oh, would it spoil it if it?
Very much so. And I will say this.
would it spoil it?
Well, I don't know if they.
You got to know what the Watchers are. I will say this.
Yeah,
the only clue I will give you
it's
is
like mythical.
There's a twist because you don't think it's going to involve folklore, but it does.
See?
But it nails it. Like, I have to give major props. One of the huge things I loved about this movie, I can't really spoil it, but just know that really, really, really surprised at how much I did like it. It's not a perfect movie. I don't love it, but I really liked it.
And Dakota Fanning is in it, and she's absolutely amazing. She hasn't been in something in a while. And also that old lady that was in Mandy. That's like the old, like she's like that lady that played, and that she always plays those weird, creepy roles in movies like that. I really like her.
Wasn't she like in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie?
Actually,
Was that the lady with the
Netflix?
12 gauge? That's why she looks so familiar.
She's been in like a bunch of little roles like that, like where she's like
so in a it's kind of like that. She's like this, but there is a huge twist, and it was really good. I'm gonna say 4 out of 5. I really liked it. I really, really enjoyed, especially the creepy parts. I also have things with like windows. And like things looking in at windows at me.
When you can see out, or when you can't see out, but they can see.
Correct.
Yeah.
Like you're in the middle of a woods, so all you see is black out your windows, but you're just a giant light bulb in a sea of black. So like you stand out, and everyone can just stare at you through your window, and you can't see anything. Like I hate it. Ugh. So
how many windows would you give this?
Oh, 4 out of 5 for sure.
Thank you for listening to Scaredycast this week. Please go to patreon.com/Scaredycast to help support the show. Help us to afford nice things like this lovely studio over here at XYZ Podcast Studio out here.
Also, Days of the Dead.
We'll be at Days of the Dead at the end of the month, June 28th, all weekend long. You can see us.
And then we're going to go to the res after that.
And then we're going to be at the Day of the Res Stood Still 2 in July.
There you go.
Come on out to that. Put on by Woodenhead Collective.
Check out all our stuff on scaredycast.com. Also check out merch. And hopefully this will be after the show. So you guys would have already seen us, correct? If you
Be
made
sure
it
to
to the
go to
live show.
horrorpress.com for all your horror movie news and articles and reviews.
Oh, nice. All right. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye.